What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning back into the channel. I'm Tesla Picker. Well, you've reached the channel Tesla Picker. Now I'm Dave. What you over making all that noise for, Bronx? My dog don't want to make any noise until I push record on this camera. Anyway, I got a different video for you today. Quick video. Just wanted to talk about a couple things. I'm doing a little listing. Over here is my little listing setup. Something quick and easy. I'm not fully done. I plan on wrapping this whole thing right here. Some little tables I made. I got one over there too, but I plan on wrapping it all in white vinyl and have a little backdrop too. It'll be pretty dope. But doing a little listing, and I was thinking about, I just got finished watching a couple of videos. A couple people I follow on YouTube. I follow a bunch of resellers, Part-Time Picker, Lonnie over at, was it Shed Flips? Commonwealth Picker, 690 Picker, bunch of different people, even little small YouTubers as well. And everybody always brings up the topic, Death Pal. So what is a Death Pal? When you hear of Death Pal, you think death. When I hear death, I'm thinking dead, you're rotten. There's no coming back from that, right? So when I first got on, let me get in this car. When I first got on YouTube and I started hearing that term a lot, oh, I got this Death Pal, I got this Death Pal. Oh, God, oh my Lord. Bruh. It's a WD-40.
I know, that's what I'm saying, WD-40. You don't know what that is?
Oh, that's what you were trying to say the other day.
Yes.
Okay. Bruh. When I first heard of Death Pal, I thought, you know, it was stuff that basically wasn't selling in your eBay store. And it was sitting over there, it's been in your eBay store for a year or two. Death Pal, you can't sell it. It's time to go. You right. Got your seatbelt on? Let me put mine on. I got the light on so people can see me. But that's not the case. A Death Pal is basically stuff that you haven't listed. So I'm thinking that's gold, right? You know, you haven't listed it because you haven't listened to it. It's all on you. It don't have nothing to do with your product. It's you. You need to list it. So what can we do to eliminate a Death Pal is the question. That's what the whole video is about. I'm gonna be going back and forth, taking my son to his basketball practice today. I think you got a scrimmage, right? So yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how to eliminate a Death Pal. Death Pal. Bruh. Oh. Small Death Pal.
Yes.
Bruh. Medium Death Pal. This might be a medium/large. Bruh. And large. Well, this might be the medium. But ink large Death Pal. I just accumulate that Death Pal, say within the last maybe 10 days or so. I've been going to a thrift market pretty much every day, as you can tell by my videos. I've been pretty much dropping the video every day, and just hasn't been listing. But a way to not accumulate so much is try to list every day, of course. Even if you list in 2 items, 1 item. And also, there's certain type of items. You know, if you go one day and you'll say you buy 5 articles of clothing, okay? You buy 5 shirts, some jeans, some shoes, whatever. Well, not even shoes. I'm talking shirts and jeans, because those seem to be, especially when you're buying used ones, the ones that take you the longest to list. You know, especially pre-owned clothing, because you might have a hole in it. It might have a stain on it somewhere. It might run small. You know, you make sure it's flat. Maybe iron it if it's wrinkled. You want it to lay right. You gotta get the front, the back, the insides. If it got an imperfection, you gotta take a picture of that. Oh, it got a hole over here. You gotta list that, and you gotta write all about it too. A lot of different varieties. So varieties. Anyway, there's a lot of different ways to list things. So, you know, if you got something like, you know, this brain games, Easy, easy, easy. But if you got clothes, like, you know, up here, used clothes, that's gonna take you a while to list. So what I do, and I'm just kind of putting that out there, and I'm not an expert, you know, I've been on eBay for a long time, off and on, but I just done got into it to where I'm, you know, pretty much listing, trying to get up to 500 listings. That's my goal, and then after that, I want to get up to 1,000 at one time. But what I do is I try to list one article of clothing, maybe twice, depending on the day. If it's a work week for me and I'm working the 12-hour shift, one article of clothing, and then the rest hoard goods. Because hoard goods, you take 1, 2, 3 pictures, depending on what it is, and you're done. Clothing, I gotta take maybe 5, 6, 7, depending on what type of clothes it is. So my advice to the new guy out there, if you're into clothing, if you just into clothing, then I mean, that's just what you're into, okay? And you'll get faster as you go. You know, you'll know exactly how to take the pictures, how to lay it out. You know, how you'll have your own setup and your own routine on the way of certain, you know, setting stuff up. But for me, I'm more hoard goods, but I do dabble in the clothing. And clothing typically seems to take the most time to list. So, like, I just got finished listing this yellow sweatshirt up here. That was the first thing. See, that's gonna be my clothing for the day. Okay, hold up. Stop. Let's stop. What do you know about WD-40?
I watched a YouTube video.
A YouTube video?
And they was doing trick shot horse against a dude who did not have legs.
Oh, he didn't have legs.
He didn't have heels on that. He had metal things. He didn't have heels on those metal things. So then he said WD-40s.
Oh, he needed WD-40 on his legs?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, let's finish. Now, I'm gonna list all these, and these are not gonna take nothing at all. I'm just scanning. Boop. Maybe wiping some stuff down, taking a couple pictures, and putting them up. And that seems to work the best for me. So, if you're into everything, try to set it up to where you might not put all your clothing on at once, because that would take a while. If I have to list 5 pieces of clothing, that's gonna take, depending, you know, it could take up 30, 45 minutes. I mean, it just depends on what you got. I need to stop buying, and accumulating a pile, and make sure I list at least half of it. I know this last week or two, 10 days, I've been buying, and that's how I accumulate that pile. It's easy to get rid of. If I start listing, like I haven't listed pretty much in the last 5, 6, 7 days. And you're not gonna make money unless you list them, okay? So, I know my problem.
I got $1.
Let's go back to the shed. No, it's not a shed. What is my room called? What should I call my eBay room?
Let's go to your eBay room.
Bruh.
We're gonna call it eBay room then.
Where's the E room?
I like that too. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. I'm gonna list my little 5 items today, because that's what I do. I'm a 5 item a day guy on work days. On the weekends, I go ham. I do as many as I can, depending on what the time I got. If the kids got stuff to do. What's he doing? If the kids got things, games and stuff like that, then I might not be able to get that, man. Like right now, I'm on my way to take my son to his basketball scrimmage. Actually, he's in there now, and I'm about to go in there. I'm gonna bring the camera in there, and I know how it is, man. I mean, you have no time. You buy stuff. It's easy to buy. It takes a little longer to list. You know, you want everything to be perfect, so. But you gotta dedicate, you know, an hour, 30 minutes a day to listing. It's not gonna work unless you list, all right? This eBay thing, couple of steps. You gotta buy. You gotta list. 2 steps. You know, and also store, you know, it's other stuff too. But those are the 2 main things. You gotta have your inventory, and you gotta put it on eBay. You know, if it's not on eBay, it's not gonna sell. If you don't buy the inventory, you're not gonna have anything to list. So you gotta dedicate a little piece of the day, even if you lose a couple of, you know, 30 minutes to sleep. Just get up 30 minutes earlier, list 2 things, and be done with it. That's just my 2 cents. Don't really got much to say. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like picking thrift store runs, yard sale runs, sourcing resellers, subscribe. That's what I do here, over here at Tesla Pickers. So y'all be good. Peace.